the game coaching and the end result of those games and how you coach throughout the season?
In many respects, every game you want to win, but I think, yeah, it's ironic, being here. Last year we had, I think, the best regular season in the history of the organization by winning percentage. If I'm wrong, someone told me that recently, and it really didn't. It didn't matter. Like at the end of the year, losing in the playoffs just didn't, like, you didn't remember anything other than that. It was one of the longest summers that, maybe missing a 1-1 when I was in a junior in high school. Like we all felt pain, and so I think that's been something that we talked about since day one. Let's, not that you're not focused on the regular season, but it really doesn't, it's not what anyone remembers. So to the extent the season is an opportunity to prepare, I think that, I think we've been more mindful of that. When you're trying to find your way, and you could argue that that's been the case. We were 2-11 in January. If you remove like that stain from the season, and we've lost 4 in a row right now, but I think the thing that jumps out, we need to be healthy, and to the extent the regular season prepares you for the playoffs, it can prepare you in different ways. But I don't think anyone, felt good about last year. Like you may, at some point down the road, look back and JC will say I was 6th man of the year. That's, and 3 guys in the All-Star game, best record, and that stuff just all goes out the door. It's how you finish, and I think it's, that narrative about our team, is fair, but until we, do, and I don't know what constitutes success in the playoffs. It's really relative to expectation. So, we'll see how we feel, but I know the alternative of having, not just a lot, but elite level of success in the regular season, you don't remember that. And I think our team is aware of that, and we need to be, I know we're hungry, we need to be healthy, and that's the primary thing, I think, in my mind. And you want to have your group together to find some continuity going into that. So it'd be nice for us to get Boyan, Hassan. Hassan's been a big part of what we've done. House, he's one of our 2 top perimeter defenders and has been elite at times. He was guarding the ball, which is something we didn't have last year, outside of Royce. But I'm saying that we didn't have him last year. That's my point. So in a lot of respects, I think we're more, we're more prepared for that opportunity, and you kind of know better than to try to worry about seeding. Matchups are really important, but it's hard. You can't manufacture matchups. We went through that a couple years ago. 1 in 1,000 chance we were going to play a team we ended up playing. So I've said it kind of circles back to being the best version of ourselves at the end of the year, and being healthy, having some continuity, where you're playing well. If we don't get a chance to play well, you don't have the confidence that maybe comes from doing that. But I still think that's less important. You're going to face adversity in the playoffs. So we've had our share this year, and I don't know that that's the worst thing in the world for our team. As long as we're healthy and hopefully we shoot well at a certain point in time. Like the ball's moved enough. That's one of the kind of common things you hear about a team, and that's fair. on some level, but our offense has been the best in the league. So if we come down and shoot it off the dribble three without passing the ball, as long as it's the right guy shooting it, that's not a bad thing. So again, I think it gets back to continuity between guys finding that balance game to game, and you have to play together to do that. But we've played a lot together. More guys have played together for a couple of years, so I'm less worried about that. I am just having the right mindset going in and believing, which I believe, that we can be a team that has, we can be good. We have been good. We are good. That's an exciting prospect, and I also know that we're not going to remember January of this year. Just not. You won't. None of us will. We'll be talking about what happened in the playoffs. So, you remember? I remember walking through the arena and seeing it was this kind of beautiful presentation of like all these accomplishments. It got painted over this year, as it should. That's over. So, that's where our focus is, and like I said, I think we're hungry. We get healthy. As it pertains to over the course of the season, day to day. There's a lot of things that you're aware of, that we've focused on in preparation to be. Really, that doesn't mean you're not thinking about the regular season. We're trying to get better, and that has been a focus for sure.
You plan on playing Greg tonight?
Yes, we've been significantly better with the center on the floor. That's not to say, like, of late we've been better small too, but I think that's how this team is built, and I think his experience and his intelligence as a player, I think he'll assimilate quickly, and our guys will help him do that. But that's part of our team functioning too. Hopefully we'll get his son back quickly. But we've been very, that role is an important one for all the other guys on our team too. So.
Quinn, you talked about like playing shorthanded, the struggles with that recently, but you didn't have Donovan when the Clippers visited you earlier this month.
Right.
The team was extremely, was a strong performance by your squad. How can you kind of reduplicate that tonight with Donovan, and what have been some of the ways that there's been some challenges with that?
Well, they didn't have PG either, so I think one of the things with our team is because we are balanced, that when guys are out, and this is kind of my point earlier, we have to integrate quickly, but we're better. Obviously we're better with Donovan than without. I think that's self-evident. He's just such a good player. But that's finding that balance. That's why getting Boyan back to me is important. Rotations change. Who takes shots change. How you play changes a little bit. So it'll be good to have him back, and hopefully we've got Rudy back from last game. He's missed a couple. It'll be good to get everybody back and then see how all that congeals.
How much work have you been able to do with Greg, like talking with him, showing him video, and then what do you kind of hope to what are the bedrocks you hope to see from him when he does play?
Rebound, and to the extent that you may play through him, whether or not he's rolling or he's rolling after a handoff, those would say his passing is something that's unique to him. But I think Rudy and his son are so unique defensively, but having a center in the game, I think, is something that's important to our team. I think that'll help our whole team too. I think that helps us, in the short term too, just feeling that position and the way that we play stylistically with that position. So, like I said, he's had to watch tape. He's been through, he had guys talking to him this morning when we walked through stuff. And, he hasn't been with us that long, but I think he's familiar with that too. That's what the situation he found himself in earlier this year as well. So, I think that he'll assimilate quickly. Okay,
Good.
good,
Thank
all
you.
right.